Yo! What's going on, guys? This is Grim Reaper bringing you the next installment of the Corona series. Yeah, at home beating your meat, not doing nothing. You might as well plug in the PS4 and listen to Brave Giant versus Gouketsu. You already know we answered the poll questions a few days ago. The results are in. You can see them above. And let's get into it. A lot of you guys added lengthier, more detailed responses. Thank you. We got to fill the video. There's a lot of shit that we can get into. So we're not going to spend too much time on here with the introductories. I'm going to check out the Discord link in the description if you want to talk and discuss this topic or the topics or the chapters in general. We talk all day long, 24/7, so hop in there. Also, if you want to support us on Patreon, our Patreons are growing. We've got more. If you want to join the family and help us financially, especially in this hard Corona time right now, please don't hesitate to jump into Patreon and drop your support. Let's get into it. First, shout outs to Spectre A, Joseph, and Phoenix Man, our patrons right now. First one from Spectre A. Spectre says, Child Emperor is a great tactician, and if it well, first I guess we gotta actually address what the people are saying in the polls. Gouketsu wins 81% out of 161 current votes. So even if like even if we do get to 100 votes, it doesn't seem like Child Emperor is gonna really gain like even the 50% mark. This is troubling. Let's see what the people are saying. All right, so Spectre A. Child Emperor is a great tactician, and if he could set some traps and create an opening for a giant fist strike, punched a hole through 24 plus stairs, I counted, better than Gouketsu. Nah, it wasn't 24 plus, it was more than that, nigga. You only saw a certain angle of this shit. Better than Gouketsu Stadium busting punch. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, tell him twice. Like. Or an Emperor Nova. But he still has a time limit and can use these attacks like once each. Gouketsu can do it all day, and Brave Giant's shield aren't gonna take more than one of these attacks. More than one. Fuck out of here, bruh. Child Emperor would have to fight the perfect fight. I vote for Brave Giant because I believe, and someone has to. Bruh. Okay, so I agree that it was tactics that allowed him, that facilitated him to get the giant fist strike off. But that's part of his character. He fights using tactics, so you can't like alienate that as like as an anomaly or something specifically different or situational. He consistently through all situations and fights uses strategy and tactics to win. So and he did it up against Phoenix Man twice, an individual monster known for his intelligence. So I don't think it's far-fetched to say that like him getting or positioning himself to do a Nova or a giant fist strike would be difficult. It's not. No, it's very, very likely. It's probable. He forced those things. It didn't happen on accident. It wasn't luck. He forced that. Before he did the Nova, we saw Child Emperor's plan and what his entire scheme was. He planned every single inch of delivering the Nova, and it worked 100%. Phoenix just tanked like a fucking god. That was it. The fist strike was perfectly set up for that. He trapped Phoenix on purpose. He literally smirked when right before he got trapped or whatever, and he came up from above that nigga and just bam with that fist strike, bro. Did that thing to old boy. There's nothing tactically insufficient or tactically like variable about Child Emperor. I don't agree with like maybe we could talk about the potency of his shield. Sure, there's no reason to believe that it could take everything, but fine, that's entertainable. That's pretty much what the same. And he's not the worst argument, but alright, on to the next. Sean 543213 was good, bro. Where'd you come at last time, man? Glad to see you back. So in a detailed explanation, Sean says, Blast, Tatsumaki, Meta Knight, if the hype is true, and King are the only S-Class here who can definitely beat Gouketsu guaranteed. Bang, Flashy Flash, Dark Shine, and Atomic have a decent chance of beating Gouketsu. A poll with one of them versus Gouketsu would have been more interesting in my opinion. Nigga, what? Bruh, what has Flashy done that's more interesting than a Nova, man? Fuck out of here, nigga. However, Brave Giant gets ripped apart by Gouketsu. Nani? A big reason why Brave did as well as he did against Phoenix and had the time to concert. I think you spelled or you edited that wrong. Had time to con something intricate. Okay, intricate. I don't know what the first word is though. Strategies to get the leg up multiple times throughout the fight was because Phoenix was messing around, waiting for Brave's timer to run out instead of going for the kill. No. He literally said that, yeah, I'm gonna toy with you, but then he got outmaneuvered every single time. In his toying, he got killed. So for you to say that him saying that, oh, I'm just gonna toy with you, or with you run out of weapons or whatever, that strategy that he had failed in the story, in the storyline. Reread the story. It failed. Him saying that is the reason why he got caught for those things. Him trying to act like that is the reason why he got caught for those things. It's not as if he was attentive, if he was like not fucking around, that he wouldn't have still gotten caught. Because he wasn't messing around when the Nova was coming down. He literally said, I'm gonna come down and finish you. He came full speed flying down or whatever, once you saw the arm transforming shit. You trying to downplay the tactical capabilities, the tactical superiority, and the achievements of his tactical capabilities by saying that Phoenix wasn't trying and messing around with him doesn't make sense here. All these individuals would have been caught by those things. All of them would have been caught by that. Brave Child Emperor's strategy. Go read the chapter. He literally drew out a path in his mind. He was thinking about it, and there was a path like checkpoints, as if it was like a race or whatever, as to what he was going to do. And at the top of it was a big explosion. He planned with the unpredictable actions of Phoenix, man. He planned all that and forced him to a situation where he's going to get smacked by the Nova. Phoenix couldn't escape from the Nova, even if he tried. He could have flew up fast as fuck. He would have got caught. You think he thought he could go to the sides? The Nova was too big and too wide, too encompassing. There's nothing Phoenix Man could have done besides tank or take the Nova. And unfortunately, or fortunately, he had the incredible physical resilience, and his absorption capabilities were so high that he was able to absorb the majority of the damage and then take half of what was left. The rest of the damage that the Nova did to Phoenix Man was half of his body's worth of damage. So he absorbed an enormous amount of damage from that stuff. I don't want to hear some shit about that, like he wouldn't have been caught or none of those things would have worked if Phoenix Man wasn't trying. He was trying. It's because he's saying that, oh, I'm going to use this strategy to make you run out of time to waste your shit, does not mean that he wasn't trying hard to do that. He was using his maximum capabilities to make sure that his battle of attrition, his technique of attrition, would work to the maximum capability. 1 second, bro. This nigga decides to eat only when we're doing a video, bro. God damn, bro. Alright. So he says, timer to run out. Phoenix Man was messing around waiting for Brave's timer to run out instead of going for the kill. Pretty much your common villain trope where they can kill the hero if they want to, but decide not to, which ends up leading to their downfall. Disagree with that 100% completely. Even Child Emperor himself pointed out that Phoenix Man could have killed him if he would have wanted to at the end of the fight. Gouketsu's way faster and stronger and skilled. Yeah, that was the point at the end. The last instance when he said he should have attacked him in a certain way. He didn't do something else. He mentioned that. And he should have attacked in a certain way. He mentioned ranged attacks. Gouketsu is way faster, stronger, skilled, and more durable than Brave, along with the fact that he won't mess around with Phoenix like Phoenix did. Faster? I'll give you the leverage on that. Stronger? No, by default he can't be stronger. We have more strength pinnacles. Our strength feats are higher than Gouketsu, so he by default cannot be stronger. Maybe his average punches are okay or decent or whatever, and that's fine, yeah. But he cannot be physically stronger. You can't say that. That's not proving you don't have feats for that. There's nothing indicating that in the story. Or indicating contrary to that in the story. There's nothing saying that, oh, he can lift this much strength or whatever, but he hasn't shown it. There's nothing like that. There's no disclaimer like that. So no, we're not going to pretend that Gouketsu's physically stronger than Brave Giant when he hasn't done anything that's physically stronger than Brave Giant. I'm sorry getting the attitude and shit like that, but I can tell this entire episode is about to be all about me defending fucking Brave Giant off of like falsities of niggas either not rereading the story or assuming fake shit. That's like, you just assume that. You're just putting that in there. Like, we're going to get to a point, I'm positive we're going to get to a point where somebody's going to say that the ninjas were zombies or the ninjas were dead. There's nothing in the story that says the ninjas were zombies. They got revived. They literally got revived. Let's keep it pushing, bro. Because this nigga Sean, bro. The credulessness of this nigga Sean's comment right now, shit. If Brave was being outsped and shredded by Falcon Mode, a superior speed form, who was making fun of how Brave's attacks are clunky and all over the place, yeah. His attacks, he did say that his attacks were uncoordinated, but at the end of the fight, he said that, oh, you do have control over that machine. Oh, you are pretty tough as an S rank. You are an S rank. He did say that. So we can get rid of that clunkiness of it. In Brilliant Mode, casually tore Brave's whole arm off with one hand. Yeah, that's a feat. That's not a negative thing for Brave Giant. That's a feat. You don't have anything to say that Phoenix Man can't stop, or that Gouketsu is going to knock out Phoenix Man with a punch, with punches. It's not the case. It's literally not the case. Everything we have, all the information that we have, is saying that not only would Phoenix Man be able to tank the majority in Brilliance Mode, because we're talking, he mentioned Brilliance Mode, so we're going to address Brilliance Mode, even though I agree that the rest of them are going to be able to do the same thing, if not, or are going to do the same thing in different situations. But Brilliance Mode by itself is the strongest form. There's no reason why that Stadium Punch would knock out Phoenix Man or anything. He would definitely tank it. If he could stop, he caught a fist strike. I'm not talking about the 100%. There was two indications. There was the first fist strike that would have caught him off guard over the top, and Phoenix Man caught it. He uses amazing physical strength to catch that shit, and there was a lot of destruction. Sure, it probably wasn't even as big as the as a stadium hole carving thing or whatever, but go check out that panel or whatever. Or Gouketsu's walking through that hole that he did, and it's proportional to his body. Like, it's like a good distance that way, a good distance this way. It's like, I would say, about the size of the Oscar, like, I don't know, it's hard to visually describe, but it wasn't like gigantic. The hole isn't like incredibly gigantic. And with the first punch or whatever, Phoenix Man caught the shit. It was manhandling. It was even starting to melt through the thing. Then he had to push 100% into his over boosters, and then he could push through and actually send Phoenix Man through the ground. It's with that amount of force that dwarfs the Gouketsu punch that I'm saying that not only outside of Brilliance form, because Phoenix can be invoked in any of the forms. He can be in the Brilliance mode and then go into his Phoenix form. It's kind of like the Phoenix form doesn't necessarily like have to be only used in the second resurrection state or the first resurrection state or whatever. It's not just that. It's, I guess you can hop into it indefinitely, but he has the strength displays there. He's catching beam chisels with his hand for a little physical huge force of Brave Giant. He's catching with his hand like nothing, man. Didn't struggle at all. That's a great strength indicator. We know that his strength has to be higher than that if he didn't struggle with that from that feat alone. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you guys are making these assumptions off of things that like aren't there. Like, he manhandled Shiryu. Shiryu isn't the strongest physically by any means. By any means, he's not the strongest physically. Why are you taking the feats that hype up Gouketsu as all-encompassing? He's a strong dragon. He pretended that he could fight multiple S-Class, which we have no evidence of saying. And Genos made it seem as if it would take not only Saitama, but others, a group of S-Class fighters to beat him. That's not an accurate depiction. That's not accurate. It both tells us that he can't accurately gauge Gouketsu's strength, and it tells us that he can't actually gauge Saitama's strength. So we can't even use that. Oh, they said they would take this many S-Class heroes. That was false, wrong, and exaggeration, and wrong of Genos. That was wrong observation, incorrect. And we already had many more credible individuals in the story have wrong assumptions or have wrong declarations of somebody's power level. We already pointed this out with the Garou. So I'm not taking some dumbass argument, even though you didn't make it, about the whole like Gouketsu's like done this and that, or they claim that Gouketsu would need this or that many people to beat him or whatever as evidence for that. You didn't say that, Sean, but I'm just preemptively getting to that argument because I know it's going to show up at a different point in time. Like, use what he's done. He showed up in the story. I don't care if he got killed by Saitama. You can't control that. Don't tell me he could do more. He didn't do more. He wasn't able to do more. We didn't see more. We didn't see that. That's pretend. It's all in your head. That's your pretend. You're pretending that. He didn't do that. So don't tell me that he has this strength feat when he didn't show me that. Like I said, I'm rambling and I'm covering more topics than what just Sean is saying, because I've not only had this argument several times in Discord before, but like some of the same people that are going to be answering this are going to be saying the same thing, so I got to get to it. Gouketsu would tear Brave Giant in half like a phone book with no hesitation before Tide Emperor could even think about using the Nova. Crazy. I definitely agree that maybe hand-to-hand, the agility of Gouketsu could overwhelm Brave Giant to a point where he would have to resort to weapons or using his other projectiles to get away, draw some distance, and then use opportunistic opportunities, or then use advantageous opportunities to take advantage of Gouketsu's positioning or where he is right now. But I have no reason to believe that Gouketsu's punch would just like rip off Brave Giant's arm. That he couldn't block a punch with his shield. There's nothing to sort of tell me any of that. Nothing, none of that's telling me any of that. Like at all. And speed wise, he was dealing with the two ninjas. Underwater, they're all underwater, so they're all nerfs. So don't tell me, oh, the ninjas were underwater, they were slower. So it was Brave Giant, so he's just as slow as he was gonna, or he's taking the same negative speed variable as the ninjas are, and he's still able to manhandle them. Not necessarily manhandle them, but he wasn't being monopolized. They weren't tearing apart his armor or whatever, and weren't ripping his shit apart. He was getting, cut up a little bit. He did get a scratch or two, but he managed to manhandle them. He's even counterattacking them to the point where the ninjas have to use a substitution technique to get out of there. Like, he's not slow. And then he has omnidirectional attacks. That's how he actually beat the two ninjas, by using his Gigavolt attack, attacking them all at the same time. Coincidentally, it worked even better because they were underwater. But like, niggas is just like avoiding shit on purpose, bro. I think that was yeah, using a Nova. You made your point. You made your point, Sean. Shit, Sean probably like, bro, let me reply, bro, let me reply. Alright, on to the next. Gon1S52 is good, bro. He says, Gouketsu. Only Tatsumaki, Metal Knight, Bang, Flashy, and maybe Darkshine, and Atomic can beat him. Atomic throws a FAS at his throat. Tatsumaki just do whatever to him. Bang would be a fight I'd like to see, but Bang would probably win. Flashy's probably not going to get through his skin for a while, and then he might get caught up. But I don't think so. He's too fast. And Darkshine will take him head on. That's a fight I want to see. Darkshine versus Gouketsu. It's almost as good as Brave Giant versus Gouketsu. All right. Up next we have King of Irony. What's good, bro? I think this is your second time commenting, or at least we didn't get you the other time. And then last video you commented. So King of Irony says, a punch from Gouketsu created enough air pressure to blow out a huge chunk of the stadium, and the buildings behind it as well. As him simply attacking Saitama was shaking the whole city and split the clouds in the sky. While Phoenix Man caught the initial fist strike, it needed additional thrusts to break through the ground. Gouketsu clowned a dragon-level four-armed martial artist who was going all out by deflecting all his attacks with one arm while not even looking at him. While Brave's attacks were clowned by Phoenix Man, who pointed out that there were no technical skill behind them. Gouketsu casually speed blitzed behind Suryu, who couldn't even process it, while Brave Giant was getting speed blitzed by Falcon Phoenix mode and undead mindless ninja zombies. They weren't undead, they weren't mindless. So was Brave Giant was also underwater. And Phoenix Man's speed isn't degraded here. You don't have a way to compare Phoenix Man's speed to the ninjas. Because I don't either. Maybe you could say that the ninjas are faster, maybe? Yeah, probably. Maybe you could say that. But he'd be right there with them. Because like I said, you don't have anything to prove against it. I could say the ninjas are faster because they outsped a Flashy one time. That's a claim. Get to that. Gouketsu tanked Suryu's strongest attack to the eyeball without even blinking, while Brave was sustaining damage from Falcon Phoenix Man and got easily ripped apart by Brilliance Mode. That's a dragon, a high dragon that is not going to be caught by most individuals when he has big talons. He also has feathers that he could throw. This is the issue that I'm having. Without explaining, you're discrediting Phoenix Man. This is a statement I mean exactly. Gouketsu casually speed blitzed behind Shiryu, who couldn't even process it, while Brave Giant was getting speed blitzed by Falcon Phoenix Man. And then you mentioned the undead things. You're implying that Shiryu is faster than the ninjas or that Phoenix Man by that. Because Gouketsu was speed blitzing Shiryu. Where's the comparison between Suryu's speed and Phoenix Man or Brave Giant or the two ninjas? You didn't clarify that at all, so I don't understand why I would have to take that into account. You're telling me that they're just slower without having any evidence. There's zero things in the story to tell me that Gouketsu's faster than Phoenix Man, because Phoenix Man was literally flying around with his Falcon mode everywhere. He literally had like the little shading and stuff like that, and was going after Brave, where he had to just defend himself like that. And the ninjas literally outsped a Flash one time, a little speed pinnacle person who has a feat for it. Their fight was entire feat. So though Gouketsu's speed feat may be nice, him getting behind Shiryu that fast in a small distance, in about the distance of a field or whatever, it doesn't compare to Phoenix Man's ability to fly. Literally, Brave Giant was reacting to the ninjas underwater. He doesn't have slow speed or slow reactions, slow movements. And then Phoenix Man on the surface without the water was he had to just block. He was like this because he couldn't attack him or block him or anything like that. He was like that. Once again, if your argument was giving me instances of reasons why they're slower in these examples you're bringing up, sure, I could debate them even more so, and then I could even give you more evidence or more credibility as to what your argument is. But you're just telling me that they're slower. You're just implying that they're slower, that they're weaker, and I'm not going to take that. It's just your opinion that doesn't have factual evidence behind it. And you had a chance to provide the evidence behind it, you didn't. So no, I'm not going to agree with you that Gouketsu casually speed blitzed behind Shiryu, who couldn't even process it, while Brave Giant was getting speed blitzed by Falcon mode and undead mindless ninja underwater, or mindless ninjas underwater. That doesn't correlate. They were all I already pointed it out. Gouketsu tanked Shiryu's strongest attack. It's the eyeball without even blinking while Brave when he's Phoenix mode or whatever. How is this even a discussion? Well, I just proved you guys discussion. How you haven't mentioned anything. You just said that like these people are less to you and these people are more to you, so then it's that. That's what you just told me. You didn't provide any evidence. How the only thing Brave has over Gouketsu is intelligence and versatility. But Gouketsu is a fighting also physical strength, also destructive capability, also variety of attacks. But Gouketsu is a fighting genius, so the intelligence gap ain't that substantial. Okay, when has Gouketsu made a device that could fight a dragon? No? Didn't make one? Alright. When has Gouketsu made a device that could shoot a projectile that almost leveled a portion of a city? That moved a portion of a city? Never? No? Okay. I'm gonna stop being a dick and go to what you're actually saying, what you actually mean. Tactical genius, tactical ability, similar to what Garou is known for, or in other stories like Luffy, whatever. Genius in battle genius or whatever, in contrast to just actual intelligence or whatever. And that still doesn't play out to the same exact thing. Just because you're a master, great martial artist doesn't mean that you're able to deal with every single possible situation. The people that he fought, well, guess what? Martial artists. At a martial arts competition. What do you want? What do you want me to do? Like, they're martial artists. Of course you're going to be good with martial arts. Of course you're going to be skilled in martial arts. They're skilled fighters. You're taking that to mean that they're superior, or that the fact that they're good at martial arts, that's intelligence or battle genius. No. They have discipline. They have a certain amount of techniques, styles, and formats in which they fight. And those techniques, formats, and styles are effective against different things. And it's their capacity, their intelligence, their knowledge, and use that effectively against the different situations and scenarios they go up against. If he's really good at, like, the backhand style, where, like, it's a defensive style where you can backhand somebody and take them out, then that's really good up against a fronthand style, whatever the style may be. It's good up against that. It doesn't mean that, like, the backhand style is going to be good up against a drone that can fly 100 miles away. No, you would have to apply the same exact standards. What benefits or strength does the backhand style have against this flying individual? The same as a martial artist. And you saying that the ability to know martial arts, because that's what you're talking about, Gouketsu doesn't have any implication in the story as to being smart, intelligent. It's not there. It's his ability as a battle specialist. He's a great battle specialist. So you're talking about martial arts. Proficiency and exquisite skill and capability in martial arts. Grace. That's what you're trying to call intelligence. And that isn't the same as regular intelligence. It's capable. It definitely allows you to combat all kinds of things. But what you're telling me is that his style should just beat him because it looks nicer. No. Like I say once again, bro, like, that's not correlated, bro. But Gouketsu is a fighting genius. So the intelligence gap between that substantial and versatility alone can only get you so far. Gouketsu mollywops Brave. Glad you mentioned versatility. I know it's substantial. Why you mentioned that? I think it's just a typo. Fucking irony, bro. Alright, keeping it pushing. On to the next one. Alright. So Gum says, before Grimm calls the poll biased because people don't agree with his opinion. Hey, fuck you, Gum. Jesse's 99 was good, bro. Welcome back. He says, Phoenix Man is strong as hell, but ain't no Gouketsu. He beat Shiryu like a baby. He did body Shiryu like a baby. And Phoenix Man had child on the ropes. He had child on the ropes, so I'm more than have to fight. I definitely think Gouketsu has this. That's weird, bro. It's kind of like you. It's almost as if you're comparing Phoenix Man and Gouketsu. That makes focus. But I don't agree, bro. Alright, well, let's hold up on the YouTube side. Let's go to the Discord side real fast. Let's see what old boys have been dropping, putting down, letting us know. Alright. Remember to check out the link in the description for the Discord. If you want to drop your poll questions there, all your responses there. And we also talk, so you'll have people commenting on your poll questions as you write them in there. You can spark conversations and have a good old time. No homo. Alright, so up first we have Joey. Joey says, the thing is, Gouketsu would body him before he got the chance. Credulous, bruh. Resurrected says, nah, lol. The Emperor Nova itself could def take out various high dragons. Tell him fucking... Tell him twice, though. Brave itself... The credulousness of this shit. Brave itself, a mid-dragon, Phoenix Man only survived because he absorbed most of it and the rest fucked up his suit. Yeah, that's 100% it. Because he absorbed most of it. So whatever is left is fucked up half of his suit. So if he would have took a little bit more than that, he would have done. Credulous as fuck, Resurrected. He's a high dragon. Brave giant is a high dragon. You can't do a giant fish strike 100% in a Nova and not be a high dragon. Stop this. Alright. So Michael Reed was good, bro. Or Michael Rad. He says, alright. So he says, so my short answer is that generally Gouketsu would win the battle. However, this isn't the only possible outcome, and there are different possible outcomes based on undefined variables and factors. Let me summarize. Let's hop into it. Gouketsu is simply a beast in physical prowess. Power, resilience, endurance. Okay. I don't know about resilience, but okay. If I remember correctly, he doesn't have any special abilities other than his overwhelming physical capabilities. And multiple eyes, so I guess he can sense more. These capabilities obviously trump Brave Giant. What physical capabilities? Not his physical strength. Or his destructiveness. These capabilities obviously trump Brave Giant, especially considering he defeated Shiryu and Genius with just that. Not comparisons. Shiryu and Genius are not comparisons to Brave Giant. Now, this is where the matchup fluctuates. Is Brave Giant capable of damaging Gouketsu by any means other than the Kamehameha move? Right? It's crazy to say that he can't. He has a wide variety of tools and strategies to deal with many types of enemies. But if someone on the scale of Gouketsu can tank those methods until the time limit is over, or simply crush the robot before waiting for the timer, then that's that. The only thing I don't like about that statement is, but if someone on the scale of Gouketsu, what does that mean? He is on the scale of Gouketsu. Stop thinking that. I'm going to put it to you just like this. Do you really think Gouketsu can tank a Nova? No. Do you really think Elder Centipede can tank a Nova? No. Maybe. Depending on where it hits him, but probably not. Do you really think Robot can tank a Nova? No. Who else can we put here in this high-ass category? I'm not going to mention Orochi because he could probably tank one, but he'd be matching it. He'd be throwing his own out. Like, the Fist Strike? Darkshine isn't taking a Fist Strike. Bang isn't tanking a Fist Strike. Rover may tank a Fist Strike, maybe. Phoenix or the Centipede may take a Fist Strike, maybe. But Gouketsu, there's nothing to show that. Nothing to show that. He hasn't taken a hit on the level of the Fist Strike. He hasn't. So you could even claim that I can't even say that. That's fine. That's fine. But I have seen the destructiveness of the fifth strike, and we saw the city after the fight with Saitama. We saw what the occurrence was. Sure, he got punched upward, so there may be a different story. Sure, the clouds, that's fine. We can argue how tough Gouketsu's physical defense is. I have no problem with giving him the highest of defenses. I have no problem with saying that Brave Giant's gonna have a tough time hitting him outside of like using great strategy or whatever. That's fine. Those are things that happen in battle. It happened against Phoenix Man. He was so agile, so quick, and so capable that only Child Emperor's tactics were able to get good hits on him. Everything else was dodged, blocked, or caught. That's not inconceivable. It already happened. I'm not saying that can't happen. What I'm saying is that you guys are disregarding Brave Giant's capabilities as if they just would not work. And we saw what happened when he fights. We saw that. Now this is where the Magic Flux, the Kamehameha move. He has a wide variety of tools and strategies to deal with many types of enemies. But if Gouketsu could take those methods until the timer was over, or simply crush the robot before waiting for the timer, then that's that. And what I think, and that's what I think is likely to happen. If Brave Giant decides to use a Kamehameha or is able to use it, an effective strategy within the time limit, then there lies a different story. All agreed. We both agree that he's gonna need drastic tactics to defeat Gouketsu, but those drastic tactics are within his range. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the skills of Child Emperor. Those are his capabilities. He has the ability, he has the experience, and he's done it before. He's done crazy things. He's put in crazy plans into action after the timer was already like cooking down less than a minute. He's putting crazy plans into action and completing them. The drasticness of the situation doesn't move Brave Giant's capabilities out of the compass of completing the situation. It can, obviously. We obviously know if Tatsumaki shows up, it's gonna move out of the range of his capabilities. But Gouketsu hasn't shown anything to state that he's out of the range of Brave Giant's capabilities. Nothing. Alright. Ningen. Ningen is one of our best colors in the Discord. A lot of the thumbs that you see, the majority of them have been from Kelp over time, but as of the past like 2 to 3 months, Ningen, One Nation, and Kishin, they've all been contributing to the coloring of all the thumbnails that we do. Spectacular job. Ningen is an amazing job. All of his colorings look spectacular, tip-top shape. Check out the Discord if you want to check them out, but they're most of the ones that you see in the community or in Reddit that are like really crisp color schemes and stuff. Ningen says, Gouketsu is like a dark shine monster-fied that knows martial arts. He must have good endurance that can tank most of the attacks of the Gundam. Agreed. Okay. So Michael Rada is replying to Ningen. He says, that was my main thought. He was known to be extremely powerful even before monsterization. It just occurred to me that he's also extremely skilled in martial arts. His monsterized form kind of deceived me, but that hardly makes a difference. It's just ripping out the heart of the already headless Brave Giant. I know it's essentially a robot, just to visual. More credit listens. Okay, Phoenix Man. Oh, one of our patrons finally dropped a response. Okay, so Phoenix says, hold on a second. Yo, relax, bro. Phoenix Man says, I think the only way Brave Giant could reliably beat Gouketsu is with the Millennium Emperor Nova. And I don't think that there's any way Gouketsu would just stand there and let it happen. Neither did Phoenix. Phoenix didn't stand there and let it happen. So that statement's thrown out the window. Brave Giant and Gouketsu are both primarily melee fighters, despite Brave Giant having some tools to assist him like a shield. I don't agree with that, whatever. His versatility was, I guess we could count it and see, but it's vague enough to consider him as versatile as any other individual, or more versatile than any other individual. A lot of his attacks were projectile attacks from his head cannon or whatever. Delta Blade was melee attack. He has a shuriken thing that he can throw. I think one of his Delta Blades or his shield actually, whatever, and that's a ranged attack. The Nova's a ranged attack. The Braves are ranged attacks. The Braves have ranged attacks. Giant has a chisel beam. No, I would say he's more ranged. But like I said, versatility is his primary feature. And I consider versatility, but I think we point out the fact that Brave Giant has more melee or ranged attacks than melee attacks. Though this is an amazing job of combining them. Brave Giant and Gouketsu are both primarily melee fighters, despite Brave Giant having some tools to assist him like a shield, short sword, missiles, and little Brave drones. And Gouketsu should theoretically trump Brave Giant in melee every single time. Theoretically, I could agree because of martial arts. In a hand-to-hand, straight individual field like that, the speed of his attacks could definitely assault him to the point where, like, Brave Giant would be blocking like he was towards Phoenix Man, just blocking everything, or being stuck in this form right here. Though I could also see Brave Giant as effectively maneuvering and blocking and attacking and shit like that. We saw that whenever Child Emperor faced up against even natural water, that he does have and he himself has the ability to be very mobile and agile. So it's just dependent on the mobility and the agility of Brave Giant itself, which is just limited to an extent, but it's also very, very agile, as pointed out by Phoenix Man in comments. Brave Giant's speed in combat is also limited by its pilot, Child Emperor, who, accordingly to the numbers bonus chapter, has physical ability similar to that of a high-ranked 8-class hero. Okay, so if you really believe that, a high-ranked 8-class hero, instead of looking at what actually happened in the story recently, then does that mean that any high-ranked 8-class, like Ian and Neon, should be able to fight even out your water and be fine? Or does that not obviously mean that out of all the 8 classes besides Amai, that obviously Child Emperor is not a regular 8 class, and the physical capabilities can't be dependent upon the number chapter where they use the mask or whatever? What type of statement is that, bro? That's so disingenuous, my nigga. Like, why would you point that out when he was just fighting even out your water successfully? Successfully! Can an 8 class do that? Can a regular 8 class do that? Can a high 8 class do that? If you're saying a Mind Mask physically should be able to do that, sure, I'll give you that. Sure. Child Emperor on his own is about as strong as a Mind Mask. Sure. Or a Mind Mask is about as strong as Child Emperor on his own. Sure, because that's the evidence that you have to point out there. That's the evidence that you have. That's Child Emperor's greatest physical capabilities. A display of his abilities physically. That's what you're talking about. That's what you pointed out. Oh, the thing tested and said that he was this strong. Then we see how strong that is now. And it's not high 8 class. You can't fight even natural water. 3 8 classes couldn't fight even natural water. And they're the strongest in the 8 class. Aside from Amai. Fuck that shit, bro. Fucking goose. So Gouketsu should be able to close a good amount of distance and beat the crowd of a Brave Giant. I definitely agree he should be able to fight Brave Giant superiority. With superiority, hand-to-hand wise. Melee-wise, he should be overwhelming the battle. But the rest of that shit, bro, fuck that. That's bullshit, bro. Fuck out of here, Goose. Meet me in the Discord right now, Goose. Meet me in the Discord right now, Goose. Right now. Pussy-ass nigga. What, you gonna say that to my face, nigga? What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro? Fucking Goose. Alright, let's keep it going. Ooh. Damn, apologize. I think that's McDude. Apologize for a whole lot of shit. Should we skip it? Let's skip it and go to the YouTube post. We'll be back for it. Alright. So back to the YouTube side of things. Alright. Garou, the type of guy, says, no need. I honestly think if he gave it his all in one good strike and caught Brave Giant, he could end it with one blow. This nigga's creditless as fuck, dog. And don't get me started on the Emperor Nova. Gouketsu would have both of Giant's arms off faster than Child could set it up. What? Gouketsu all day. I'd say mid-diff, but don't get me wrong. I think Child could win this 2 or 3 out of 10. What the fuck? I'm out of here, bro. What the fuck is this, dog? You're not providing any evidence. You niggas just saying things. You're not providing evidence. At least some of these other niggas with longer explanations were providing evidence. You're just saying that, oh no, he wins and he's stronger to have his arms ripped off and then that's it. I think that's a fantasy, bro. You're pretending, man. They explain. Alonzo Ahuna. What's good, bro? I think you've commented before. I'm not sure, though. Our boy Alonzo says, the fist strike was impressive. So, was impressive. So was the Nova. But Brave was practically getting bullied by Phoenix Man with his extreme strength and speed. Yeah. Gouketsu is arguably stronger and similar speed. Or Gouketsu's arguably stronger and similar speed and has martial arts. Look what he did with a punch. Imagine an axe kick or a special martial arts technique. Close fight, but the bag is with Gouketsu. Okay. He's giving credit to the opposing side. He's acknowledging the differences or the similarities between Phoenix Man's strength and speed and Gouketsu's strength and speed. How they're similar in terms of display. And he mentioned martial arts. It's similar to what other people have mentioned already. So I already addressed most of it, but I put in that same pile. Like, I understand what you're saying. I clearly understand what you're saying. And you acknowledge more so of the competition up against Brave Giant, but you haven't necessarily acknowledged Brave Giant's capabilities. And that's what I'm talking about. I need an argument where you're looking at all the variables, or as many variables as possible that I can entertain. And some of these guys have already done that. Some of these guys have, like, addressed some things that I didn't mention. It was good. Or mentioned things that I had to address. That's the whole point of this. Making me address certain things. Or me having to address certain things to debunk these creditless arguments. Next we have Phil Batista. Batista. What's good, my boy? Phil be commenting on everything, my bro. Larger part of the community. Alright, so Phil says, say Gouketsu only because for his size, he's got that speed. So fast, he basically snuck up behind Shiryu without him seeing, and he lit Gino's pussy ass up into the ground before he could even react. Only problem is that Nova and whether or not he can tank or even dodge it. I don't think he could dodge it. Child Emperor didn't let Phoenix Man dodge it, and he could dodge it. There's no reason why Phoenix Man wouldn't have more ability to dodge it than Gouketsu because Phoenix Man can fly. That's a whole nother variable of versatility that has to be taken into account, regardless of what the fight is or whoever it is. If an individual can fly, he has the ability to access another vertical access of evasiveness than what other individuals who can just be on the ground can do. All right. CK is good, boy. Long time community member. CK was he's been here for a long ass time. He's like one of the more prominent guys that used to do our polls on Amino, and we for a long time now we not necessarily left Amino, but we've shied away from it to an extent for the time period because of like too many regulations and too many like communities like the administrators of that community are like really like I don't know, it's just too obsessive. I don't know, but CK says Brave Giant would get one shot before he shoots off his laser. Even if you can get it off, it'll be dodge. Dodge these nuts, yo, my nigga. What the fuck? Thigh bolt. I don't know how to put it there. He says the Emperor Nova cannon might be able to kill Gouketsu. Might. But the problem is that these characters don't scale near each other, so we don't know. What do you mean they don't scale near each other? Gouketsu doesn't scare. Oh. Child Emperor feats over Gouketsu feats. But with Genos' statement that you could place Gouketsu above Carnage, Kabuto, and full power Darkshine, well, it never said that anywhere. Your boy says, it's good, bro. God damn, I didn't know you just nuts. Alright, bet. Your boy says, in my opinion, I believe that Gouketsu, Rover, and EC are the big three of the cadres in terms of power from what we've seen so far, even if we didn't see a lot of in Gouketsu's case compared to the others. Phoenix Man was very powerful in his brilliant mode, so much so that he was able to rip off Brave Giant's arm without much difficulty. But even with this feat under his belt, I just can't see Phoenix utterly obliterating Shiryu or making Bakuzan shit himself as easily as Gouketsu did. So you're saying that course, Phoenix had a harder time with Brave Giant because they're both high dragons. Suiryu is nowhere near to Gouketsu. Bakuzan is nowhere near to Gouketsu. Of course, Gouketsu would have an easier time up against them too. Then Phoenix would have an easier time up against him. Now, what you're doing is you're flip-flopping it. You're saying Phoenix Man up against Suiryu and him. Of course he would. Phoenix had tougher competition. His competition was arguably faster and was indeed stronger than the competition that Gouketsu had. Is that a comparison there? Then he says, and not to mention that Gouketsu is crazy fast, especially for his size. And on top of all this, he's a master martial artist. Obviously not on the level of Bang, Bomb, and probably not even Garou, but at this point, but he's still very skilled. I think he should be in that same range, in that same conversation though, with the people you just mentioned. Bang, Bomb, Garou. So taking all these things into account, I think that if Gouketsu were to get a good couple serious attacks to connect, Brave Giant is down for the count. Arguable. But we don't have the greatest feats of durability for Brave Giant. It's through malfunction that he was really hurt. Malfunctions are why his suit went down, not because of Phoenix Man. So it's hard to really like differentiate his durability, especially when Phoenix Man's like crazy strength and speed and like claws or whatever, rip his arm right off. Like, not many niggas are just gonna be okay with Phoenix Man coming at you like that. There's also the Nova to take into consideration, but I'm not sure that Gouketsu is prideful enough to just let Ted Emperor hit him with that. Okay, I'm gonna say this one last time because I didn't say it very clearly before. It doesn't matter that Phoenix Man said he was going to tank the attack. Read the rest of the fight. Look at what the actual Nova did. How it looked after he released it. You couldn't dodge the Nova. There was no way to dodge the Nova. Everything behind Brave was closed off. You couldn't get behind Brave with speed because you were going to run into the Nova. And even the heat from the Nova evaporated all of the sea, all the river, all the water below them. It evaporated it all. It was extreme heat. Like, I don't understand this thing about getting hit by the Nova or not. He planned it. He did an entire scheme for that. Phoenix Man had different intentions. Nothing was there. The Phoenix Man, none of that shit was of Phoenix Man's liking. None of that. He went straight down inward into it because he was cocky. But there was nothing else he could do. There's nothing else to do. You can't fly to the sides of the cavern. They got destroyed. They got hit by the Nova. They got encompassed by it. You're going to fly upward. He wasn't going to move as fast as the Nova. You can't fly that fast. Like, stop telling me this shit that he was going to escape, that you can escape the Nova. He planned to hit them. He planned to hit him, and he succeeded. But say the Nova does hit Gouketsu. That might be enough to turn the tide of the battle in Child's favor, but I don't think it would. I'm done with this comment. What the fuck, bro? An Emperor Nova wouldn't kill Gouketsu? Yo, your boy, your credibility just fucking dropped like so. He's also said sorry, it's so fucking long. Nah, bro, good. We want more longer comments, good shit. Appreciate it. Creditless as fuck. The next time we do a video, you're being called creditless first, man. Like, before you get all that hype up and shit. Creditless as fuck, dog. Nova wouldn't kill. Shut the fuck up, dog. Okay. Papa not daddy. Oh boy says. Okay. Let me ask this. I don't know what the fuck that is. CDF. I don't know. Mike B713 says Gouketsu versus Watchdog Man would be interesting. Sure. Figula S09 says, oh, what the fuck is that? Alright. Figula S09 says Gouketsu straight up got no statements though. By the way, unmute me from your Discord, please. A day ago? You're unmuted. If you're watching this Figula, you're unmuted, or going to the Discord, message somebody, DM somebody, and they'll unmute you immediately. And then if they question you or tell me to, or say that you have to get me to do it, just reference the video and then they'll do it, or they'll message me. Always respect the A. King. Oh yeah. Before we go to King Reese, let's hop back to the Discord side. All right. Okay. So here you go. Apologize. And the nigga was waiting. He's like, bro, you're not gonna answer my question, bro. All right. So my dude says, the big problem with this fight is that there is a massive difference in the perception between these two characters. Yeah, in the perception. And let's elaborate upon. Let's see what the rest of your comments about. Because you already sound careless as fuck. Oh, we see it. We see these two people differently. Fight doesn't have to do with anything. Facts don't care about how you see shit. It's facts. Their panels drawn. Let's reference them. Gouketsu had a short presence in the series in which he was impressive and only took damage from Saitama, who killed him. Talking about got them teeth, man. Child Emperor's Brave Giant, meanwhile, got torn up throughout its one fight, but showed a lot of utility and some very impressive feats that rival and surpass Gouketsu's. I don't like that phrasing, but I'm trying to find what my problem with it is, because you're giving him props there, but it's only in comparison to Gouketsu not being hit. And I need you to understand why that comparison doesn't mean anything, like, whatsoever. It's Saitama! Both have good showings of power, but Gouketsu seemed more impressive in terms of speed. This is based on the fact that he blitzed Ryu, a demon, and Bakugan, a dragon. I don't really know how to scale Phoenix and Brave Giant though. Okay, so that's the first problem. You don't even know how to scale them, but you can scale the other ones. So there may be a little bias there. Let's see how you elaborate upon this bias. Phoenix Man was dodging heavy machine gun fire. Besides that, nothing really shows how they could compare to the other characters in the series. What? Why is there a period there? Why aren't you mention? Why didn't you say speed wise or one variable? Because there's plenty of things to compare them versus niggas in the series. Everything that they've done. Brave Giant's punched. Phoenix Man's flown around and punched and caught shit. Those are things that other characters have done. Why would you not be able to compare it? Let's say we're talking about speed, but you're talking about everything in general. That doesn't make sense. I'll read it again. But besides that, nothing really says how they could compare to other characters in the series. Phoenix Man was dodging machine gun fire, but besides that, nothing else. The best we get is a little comment from Phoenix Man about the ninjas. That doesn't really give an idea of how fast he thinks they are. That's also... So instead of looking at the evidence in the pictures, you want to use statements that aren't... So then we can take into account strategy, which goes to Child Emperor. Gouketsu never really displayed any because he was always more powerful than them. Child Emperor in the Brave Giant had to think on his feet against an overpowering enemy. Lastly, we have their durability, which again is difficult to determine because we don't know how these characters scale. Agreed. To an extent. The Brave Giant was able to take hits from revived forms of Hellfire and Gale, who might be weaker than they were alive. Nothing shows that. I still chalk it up to Brave Giant taking hits from a dragon. Yep. Yeah, he took hits from a dragon. However, Brave Giant casually had its arm torn off by Phoenix Man's Diamond Eagle mode. That's not however, that's a feat. But Diamond Eagle mode is strong as fuck. I'm getting the feeling that you don't think Phoenix Man can fight Gouketsu here. This is the biggest knock against Brave Giant's durability because Phoenix Man doesn't really display his raw strength or anything besides... He caught the fist strike! He caught the fist strike! He caught the chisel! What are you talking about? Gouketsu, for comparison, was blowing apart stadium walls, sending shockwaves across multiple city blocks, and casually taking hits from Shiryu and Bakugan. I give Gouketsu the edge in durability because of that. What? Durability? That's... Nigga, what? That's not durability! What the fuck are you talking about? What? Gouketsu, for comparison, was blowing apart stadium walls, not a durability feat, sending shockwaves across multiple cities, not a durability feat, and casually tanking hits from Tsuryu and Bakuzan. One durability feat, fine. Alright, we got one from Bakuzan and Tsuryu. I had to give Gouketsu the edge and durability because of that. This is why periods are important. Because he's not making a distinction. He put a comma there. He meant all of that together. I think the Emperor Nova would kill Gouketsu if he could get it off. Thank you. Obvious common sense. Any over booster attack in the Gigavolt Smash would probably be the key to Brave Giant putting up a fight. Glad you know about the Gigavolt. He has to get in close for that, but I doubt he's beating a big-time Kade and big-time martial artist like Gouketsu in close quarters. Close quarters fight stuff. In the end, Gouketsu doesn't seem to like the sort to sit back like Phoenix Man did throughout the fight. Phoenix didn't sit back. He was attacking him head-on or getting blitzed. I think Gouketsu definitely has enough durability and more. Well, again, we don't know what you mean by durability. We obviously don't know what you mean by that. And more importantly, speed to beat Brave Giant before he can pull off any of the last-ditch attacks. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Fuck are you talking about? Apologize. Go into the Discord right now, bro. Go into the Discord right now. I'm about to just cut the fuck out your shit, bro. You sounded ridiculous, bro. You're making the Discord sound crazy as shit. Rest in peace, Kulong Gang or Gum says. Yo, Gums is so bad, bro. I'm not even gonna read this shit. I'm gonna read your shit when you drop a response. Dutch writes, oh, this nigga's stupid. Dutch wrote, writes a detailed explanation of why Gouketsu beat the Brave Giant. Grimm. I ain't reading all that. LOL. Brave slaps Gouketsu. And he wrote below it. This is a different sentence. Brave slaps Gouketsu. He wrote Grimm. Tell him twice. You already know. They go Goose out here fucking complaining and shit. After we fucking drop that trash ass reply, Goose says Grimm won't read anything if it actually provides a good challenge to his argument. Like Gum said, he'll just say he can't be bothered to read it. He can't be bothered to read it and completely dismisses it. But then someone posts the same essay, but instead supporting him, and he reads all that shit like a fucking dojin. Get it! Or at least that's what he does here. Fuck you, bro. Oh shit! All right, let me see if One Nation dropped a real response or if he's just fucking around. All right, so it looks like this is actually One Nation's response. One Nation says, "Child trash can't beat water." Shut the fuck up, bro. Getting drowned. Should have taken swimming lessons, dumb kid. It's like it's stupid. Gouketsu stupid as well. Couldn't keep his head in the goddamn game. Got beat by some worthless low-level hero dude with no hair. So no one wins. Both too stupid. It's like a stupid. Alright, bet. Look here. After all the bitching and complaining, and we're already at the hour mark. After all the bitching and complaining, Gums finally replies. Fucking creditless. Let's see what he has to say. There's a lot of credibility. Gums says, gonna take the opportunity to post this again. Alright, so I'm going to use the general characteristics we use in power scaling and explain why Gouketsu stomps in every single fucking one. APDC. What? Hold on. This nigga's stupid. Yo, this nigga Gums trying to slide it in. You fucking clown. I ain't reading none of your shit, bitch. This nigga's a fucking clown. Oh shit. Oh shit. Alright, so you got hella niggas talking shit before they actually comment. You got Kill talking about some Gouketsu because of the reasons listed above by the people who cared enough to elaborate. Dutch says Brave got more votes than deserved. Fuck you. Niggas is clowns, right? Hey, you go. Tots out here coming through, or Ningen coming through, saying child with enough prep time over Gouketsu. Alright, let me see. Jemmy's out here talking shit. Gouketsu. Why is this even a debate? Because you're credit my nigga. Let me see. Who was dropped the real one real fast? Resurrection talking about some Grimm. I know for a fact you ain't reading all that and responding reasonably. What you mean, bro? I've been nothing but reasonable and calm this entire time, bro. We're gonna cut you with a brain. All the same, bitch. Yo, this bitch ass nigga posted it again, bro. I'm not reading that shit, bro. It's just not about Mel's Garou Gouketsu gums. Suck this dick, nigga. Hey, here come God. G.O.D. coming through with big facts, man. He says Gouketsu is surviving a Nova Blast. It's just if he could use it before Gouketsu destroys him. Before Brave destroys him. I read that wrong. Okay, we got a new responder. Rajesh was good, boy. I think he responds on the YouTube section, but thanks for coming through to the Discord. Alright. So, long realistic answer coming up. Alright. So, for strength. Gouketsu is very strong. He was able to bust a stadium wall with just wind pressure from about 100 meters away. Nothing says 100 meters. Brave Giant is also of similar strength, able to blow a huge hole in the association floor, not of similar strength. Speed. This is where I think Gouketsu has a serious edge on Brave Giant. He was able to instantly move behind Tsuruyu. Brave Giant was just barely able to keep up with the second form Phoenix Man very fast, and so that's not a degradation for him. And did not look as imposing as Gouketsu when it comes to speed. I agree, he didn't look as imposing. But Phoenix Man himself mentioned that he does have speed. Enough to rival him. Enough to make it an interesting situation. Durability. Come on. Brave Giant was absolutely demolished by DE Phoenix Man. I don't know what that is. A high dragon of arguably similar strength as Gouketsu. Gouketsu has a good durability, but his limit is not known. That's the strongest argument I've heard for that. That because Phoenix Man has had similar feats or strength, or has similar strength to Gouketsu, that's something to hold up against Brave Giant. I'll give you weight to that. We've already seen an instance of an individual with that level of power be able to like affect Brave Giant adversely. So it wouldn't be crazy to say that this could also happen in a fight. As we had mentioned before, that the martial arts capabilities of Gouketsu should be optimal for the situation as well. Main weakness of Brave Giant, 2-minute time limit, can use the final attack only once. Okay? Where's the main weakness of Gouketsu? How will the fight go? 2 scenarios. This is the best answer so far, by the way. This is how deep and elaborate you're going into breaking it down and giving reasoning somewhat. For scenario 1, Gouketsu being faster and much more skilled in hand-to-hand combat than Brave Giant is easily able to counter Brave Giant. Child Emperor keeps searching for an opportunity to fire his Nova, but he knows Gouketsu can easily dodge it. Unlike Phoenix Man, since Gouketsu doesn't fly, there is no scenario where Gouketsu ends up above him, unable to dodge. Child Emperor's only hope is to... What? Unlike Phoenix Man, Gouketsu doesn't fly. There's no scenario where Gouketsu ends up above him, unable to dodge. Oh, for the Nova. Well, that wasn't a force. He made a plan, and it happened to be the plan. That's not saying that's how you have to. That's the only way to get off a Nova. That's just a plan that he did. He completed that plan. Child Emperor's only hope is to goad Gouketsu into taking his Nova Blast. But Gouketsu is probably not going to fall for it. Goad him. He didn't goad Phoenix Man into taking his blast. He didn't do that. He did not goad him into taking his blast. He forced, through scheming, technical capabilities, and plans, he forced him to take that. He wasn't able to dodge it regardless of what he wanted to do. He took it head on because he was prideful. If he wanted to escape, he couldn't have. Third Emperor's only, most likely Gouketsu overwhelms Brave with his speed and martial arts and wins. Scenario 2. Third Emperor has his most evil intention, the Tickle Bug 2.0, while engaged in brief hand-to-hand combat. Third Emperor sets a Tickle Bug into Gouketsu, since he wears much looser clothing than Phoenix Man, that shouldn't be too hard. And even though Gouketsu was disciplined martial artist, he probably can't take it. After all, even an arguably stronger dragon and Phoenix Man could resist it. While Gouketsu is distracted with the Tickle Bug, laughing with all his eyes, he will momentarily be unable to dodge, where he fires Benevolent Emperor Nova KO. Third Emperor wins. TLDR. Third Emperor wins if he has a Tickle Bug with him. Loses if he does not. Andre, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up, bro. Oh shit. Gambindo says no would fuck Ketsu up. Tell him twice. Gum says nigga really using the Tickle Bug. I'm dead. Oh shit. Alright, and let's end it off with the YouTube poll side. I think King Reese was the last person that we had it addressed. So King Reese says, first off, Brave Giant requires prep time. It is not something Third Emperor always has with him. It must be set up ahead of time. Where was it set up ahead of time in the arc? Please you show me panels of that. Secondly, Brave Giant would just be outclassed in every category, not to mention Gouketsu when an elite martial artist with experience. So yeah, Brave Giant is not standing a chance. He doesn't get outclassed in every territory. Can you show me an attack that's stronger than the Nova that he did? Can you show me a punch that's stronger than the fist strike that he did? Man? Can you show me strategy, better strategy? No? Cool. Ramses Valdez says no explanation. Mitias Pinto says no. All right, he in there, right? Shit. All right, literally like 20 seconds, 15 seconds from the 10-minute, from the hour and 10-minute mark. Good shit. That was all the replies. That one was a little bit more intense and a lot more cancerous. You could tell that I got a little bit more involved with the responses like that, criticizing the fuck out y'all niggas. And it's got to be that way, bro. With how much y'all niggas criticize me on everything that I say in these videos, we got to have a dialogue, bro. We got to have a dialogue, bro. Because y'all niggas y'all going to stop thinking that Brave strong, or that Gouketsu stronger than Brave. We gonna stop all that creditless necessity. We gonna stop all that shit. We gonna stop all that. We gonna stop all that bitch right now. In the meantime, like, subscribe. Shout out and thanks to our patrons for supporting the channel. If you'd like to join our Patreon too, check out the link in the description below. If you want to talk about this poll and other things, check out the link in the description for the Discord below. We'll see y'all niggas next time. Yo, whoa, whoa!